How much should you believe in the forecast made by company executives? Predictions on upcoming earnings announcements are critical indicators of a business performance. Investors and analysts rely heavily on these forecasts, some of which are directly issued by company executives. Intuitively, you may think that the more accurate an earnings forecast is, the more valuable it is for predictions. However, incorrect forecasts can also be predictive of a company's future earnings prospects. With her colleagues, HKUST Professor ZHENG discovered that inaccurate forecasts can be surprisingly informative about earnings beyond the forecast period. The researchers conducted a rigorous series of analyses on 14,449 annual management forecasts. To their findings, managers' forecasting errors have a forward-leaning nature and can even contain valuable information about a company's future earnings. When earning predictions incorporate management forecasting errors into their framework, they become more accurate by an average of 6.97% of a firm's assets. But wait a second. Some forecasting errors can be more predictive than others. We can separate forecasting errors into two groups: optimistic forecasting errors and pessimistic ones. Optimistic forecasting errors refer to those that include expected but unrealized earnings during the current period. Simply put, an overestimation. Pessimistic errors are the exact opposite. These two types of errors each tell a different story. Can you guess which one is more predictive? As it turns out, overly optimistic forecasts are often more predictive. Earnings not realized in the current forecast are more likely to materialize in future periods. But what determines the size of this fruition? The researchers found that optimistic errors eventually realize smaller fruits when managers have incentives to intentionally bias the forecast, for example, when the CEO sells personal shares, or the firm initiates a season equity offering within 30 trading days after the earnings announcement. These intentionally optimistic forecasts would temporarily inflate stock prices, benefiting the firm or manager. Larger fruits from optimistic errors come with stronger managerial abilities, as these managers can typically base their forecasts on valid information. On the other hand, what makes the pessimistic forecasts less predictive? Overly pessimistic forecasts are typically the result of a form of expectation management designed to cast the company in a positive light. This means managers have different considerations when giving these two types of forecasts. In the past, stakeholders have viewed managers' forecasting errors skeptically as questions of their credibility and ability. With research by Professor ZHENG and her colleagues, we now understand that forecasting errors can offer forward-looking insights.